Hey everyone, welcome to Hope for Survival YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a little while since I dropped a video, and it's for multiple reasons. I've been tied up with my own time working preparedness projects for my local preparedness team folks, and building upon things that we're working on. And also because I've just been kind of hanging back and observing and watching and looking at things that are taking place. And as I've said before, I like to read lots of comments to post from different podcasters. And oftentimes, reading comments, you can get a good flavor of the mindset of what people are thinking and where they're at, and so on and so forth. One of the big things that I notice is it seems that many folks are aware that there's something wrong and things are happening from all over the spectrum, from potential wars to child trafficking to pedophilia to internal strife in the government to debt to economy to civil strife and so on and so forth. And they keep tuning into all these podcasts, watching and watching and watching and watching. And that's the end of it. And I never see comments from anyone talking about folks need to be preparing. I got a call from my longtime friend of 30 plus years. Used to be a troop that I used to supervise in the military, and he's retired military now, and he works for years within the federal government in a fairly significant position in the higher classified arena. And of all people, I would never have expected. He he told me that he was into preparedness now, and this kind of come as a shock to me. One, that he had time, and uh, two, that being in the Beltway region where he's at, that they're kind of in their own world over there, having been there several times while on active duty and also working over there post-military as a contractor in the defense arena for 2 years. Within the Beltway is just a totally different world. It's like everything is about what's within the Beltway, and there's very little discussion or consideration to the other 48 states and the flyover country to what's happening there. And I was very happy to hear that this young man is into preparedness now, canning and marksmanship and other realms of preparedness. And it was kind of uplifting because aside from the Hope for Survival family, he is one of the few people I've encountered for months who have left the regular life and dove into the preparedness arena too, because they know that something is happening and something is going on, and unless there's some degree of miracles, plural, this path continues every day and there's no fixes in sight. So, um, something that I've always kind of compared life to, and especially now in the preparedness arena and prepping. Um, Life is kind of like walking into your local grocery store, bakery, and buying a cake off the shelf. And whether it's a big cake, a little cake, a square cake, a round cake, a double layer cake, chocolate, vanilla, yellow, butterscotch, strawberry, whatever you're looking for. It's a beautiful cake. Everything on the outside looks wonderful. It checks your box, you buy it, and you go home. But you never know what you're going to get. Okay? On the inside, when you slice that cake, it could be dry, it could be perfectly moist, tastes great, it could be molded. You don't know how long that cake's been sitting on the shelf, and it can be terrible for the occasion that you wanted to be so special with this cake. And you had a choice. You could either depend on that cake that someone else fixed, or you could have made your own cake. Then you knew exactly what you were going to get. Now, um, some of you may be a box cake kind of person, or you may make your cake from scratch. But still, you, for the most part, know the level of cake you're going to get. Okay? You can read the instructions, mix it up, bake it, and boom, there's your cake. And you hope for the best, or you can try it from scratch by taking a little extra time, asking someone for help. And preparedness is kind of this way, you know. You can go to the grocery store and get that cake, just like you can sit and watch podcasts all day long and do nothing about it, what you're hearing, and just depend on someone else that made that cake, that they had a great day and they know what they're doing, and you end up with the results. So my point is that um, that bottom line, people are just friggin' lazy. Okay, they're just simply lazy. They don't want to put forth the extra effort. They don't want to do what it takes to make or ensure that their preparedness package is tight. Okay, that it has the resources they need to make that cake, that they've gained some skills in baking their own cake. Okay, and all it can come down to is that people are simply lazy, and I hate to use this word, but um, some folks are just not the brightest light bulb in the package. All right, whether that's by choice, design, whatever it may be, but they look around and they see that the light's red, and they just keep on driving right through it, and that seems to be getting worse every day. Is more people just totally ignoring laws. People just drive through. They don't care if they hurt someone else. They just do their own thing. They're on their phone. They're in their own world. And whatever happens, happens. Okay? If you look around you, there's so many things that are going on right now that you just have to shake your head at. And um, there's so many contributors to it. You know, the trend that we're seeing with recent over the last year plus of active shooter events, the highest rate of shooter right now, it appears by statistics, is coming from the transgender world, um, and so many of them, there's been a record of police response to their homes numerous times prior to. There's so many indicators out there that there is a real problem here. And in many cases, it's psychological. Okay. And oftentimes, this is driven by medications that these individuals are being prescribed, and when you look at the possible side effects, violence and suicide are side effects of the medication they're taking unsupervised. And if you say going to see their doctor every 6 months is supervised, then so be it. Don't agree with it, but in many cases, because the demand right now for psychological counseling and care is so overwhelming with numbers who need this supervised care. But you know, you look at that arena that's going on around us. It's not predictable. You don't know when it's going to happen. And then you go look at something like the internet, the number of children who parents are allowing free reign on the internet. And in many cases, these children are far more advanced and smarter on utilizing the internet than parents are. And it's easy for children to hide what they're doing, and parents will never figure it out and see it. And there's so many things happening on the internet right now. There's so many professionals who are putting out warnings of everything from children being lured into child trafficking, children who are getting into these areas where they share pictures of their body with other people, and then they start shaming this individual to the point there's been reported suicides or slashing their bodies to hurt themselves because of those who are shaming the children are driving them to this point. And it's an area that was probably intended for good in its origination, that almost like with everything, once it's out there, people who are bad with bad intentions are they're finding ways in and setting up areas within platforms to lure children and teens into these areas. So, I mean, it goes back 10, 20 years. You know, there were studies conducted of children who spent hours and hours and hours playing violent video games, and how when they were taken away from these games, how it would take up to 72 plus hours to bring them down off their high. We see murders being committed out in the streets by teens and children gunning people down who have no respect for life. They are not fazed by seeing someone on the street they've shot begging for help, and it's it is you can say that you're curbing violence in these areas, but a lot of how violence is reported by the police in their reports, which is what drives the statistics up or down, and reports the cases to what level of violence, will make a determination in those statistics. And I'm not sure that they're completely accurate, but that's just my opinion. Most recently, the events in Mexico that was triggered by the capture and death of one of the cartel leaders, that then caused numerous locations for street violence. And there are a lot of American tourists, and other countries as well, but American tourists who are caught up in these nice resorts, and they're being told to shelter in place. And I read a couple of comments that said, why did no one tell us? Well, first off, if you've been trying to capture someone that's a leader or identified as a most wanted, if they think they know where they're at and they're planning an event to go in and capture that individual, why on earth would they post it out to let tourists on cruise ships know, hey, we're going to do this at this location and it might impact your vacation? I mean, how dumb do you have to be to actually let that come out of your mouth? Why didn't they tell us? And furthermore, if you had been paying attention, and even the company hosting the cruise, if you go to the U.S. State Department website, you can go through there and find what countries have travel advisories already posted. And Mexico's been on that list for some time now. So choosing to go on a cruise to Mexico, you can go into your high dollar resorts and think that you're in Disneyland, but you step outside of that resort and you're going to get a dose of reality. Okay, they can only protect you to some degree. I don't think it's that great, but to some degree within that resort. So Mexico is just one example. There's numerous examples. You know, folks pay money and go on these excursions that are not hosted by the cruise line. They hop in vehicles with people traveling around wherever they're ported at. They have no clue who these people are and where they're going to take them to. It's kind of mind blowing. It takes me to the four S's. Okay, it's kind of a simple rule that I was taught years ago when working in special operations. Our general officer, awesome individual, had a simple rule. That is, don't do stupid things with stupid people at stupid places at stupid times. Okay, it's the four S's. Don't do stupid things with stupid people at stupid places at stupid times. Apply that to your life, even here in America. Okay? Don't go out jogging at night with earbuds in your ear by yourself, listening to music, jogging through dark areas. All right? Don't go shopping at Walmart at 11 o'clock at night because your kids are asleep. All right? Oftentimes people do these things and they don't even tell anyone where they're going or what path they're going to be jogging on or where they're going to go shopping. It blows my mind. In the 1970s and part of the 80s, maybe so, but in the world today, there's absolutely it's inviting problems into your life. So you know, and so often I hear, well, you can't be paranoid. Nothing's ever happened before. No, it's not being paranoid. It's called pre-planning and being smart. And nothing has ever happened before. Well, ask someone who's been brutally beaten, or ask someone who's been raped or robbed at gunpoint what they might do different. Of course, if nothing's never happened, you're going to think that it's Disneyland. Use situations that have happened to other people as a learning experience, and make your own cake. Be smart. All right. Don't do stupid stuff um, that could potentially get you in a bind or get you hurt. The world's different. You might live in Happyville, but there are a lot of desperate people out there. There are medicated people out there. There are individuals who are here who cross the border. Not all of them, but a lot of the violent crime that's occurred over the last years is coming from these individuals. So anyway, I just wanted to share those thoughts with you. And please don't go do stupid things out there. Keep yourself safe. Keep your head on a swivel. A lot of things could change minute by minute, hour by hour. That could really change the face of America as it is at this moment. And who knows? The war in Iran, if it kicks off, that could be the trigger point for all the terrorist cells who have been here for years. That could be the trigger point for them to launch into numerous attacks. It's going to be layered. Many of the attacks, depending which cells, are going to be the ones doing the attacks. There's multiple plans that are in place, from even involving attacking children, attacking churches, attacking shopping malls, attacking schools, attacking airlines, attacking government officials, up to it's believed there will be an attempt possibly on the president from one of the sources who's sharing this information. So pray for everyone, pray for you, keep you safe, keep everyone safe, and live your life. Just live it smart. There's no reason to live in fear. You just got to be smart about what you do and when you do it. Like I said, the world's a different place now. It's not Mayberry RFD anymore. Okay. All right. So I'm out of here. Got things prepared. Just things I got to go work on and get completed. Just wanted to come and chat for a few. And keep your head on a swivel, and keep you and your family and your community safe. Keep on preparing every day. If you think you have nothing left to do, go dust off what you have now. And I'll keep asking, have you built your plans yet? Okay. And one last question is, what happened to all the Chinese men that crossed the border during the last administration? Why aren't they being deported? Just a wonder. So be blessed, and don't forget to give thanks. If you like this video, please hit like, share with others. If you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and we'll talk to you soon. Bravo Echo out.